Hello, it is day 28 of the Aquarius Experiment. I'm Sara Waggle. I'm an astrologer and a leadership coach. And I said I was going to shift gears these last 4 days or so that I have of this video series. So here's where I'm going. We've spent a good chunk of this month talking about tuning into your body, your senses, your seeing, your hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, sensing the energies around you, and all of that is led to the clairs, or the clear knowing, the clear seeing, the clear smelling, the clear audience, the clear knowing. I think that's clairvoyance. I think the smelling is clairsentience. I can't remember all of clear gustos, I think is clear tasting. And so couple things about these, right? These are based on the five senses for the most part, but it's also based on, it's also just a way that we can sense our environment or know when something doesn't resonate with us just by simply tuning into our five senses. And so, and I will also say one of the reasons that we don't know or hear about these things frequently is they don't want us to know. But it connects us to God source universe when we tune into our senses. And so conveniently we have sunglasses, we have earbuds, we have sugar coated this and chemically smelling that. And whatnot. And we've been flooded with advertisements or commercials. There's another word for it, but I don't want to completely kicked off the internet. But we've been inundated with things that block these senses for a reason, because if we actually tune into these senses and the rest of our body, our digestive system, our joints, our muscles, things like that, then we would actually come to the conclusion that those things are probably not good for our body, right? If you pay attention to how you digest things, you'll probably learn that you're designed to consume certain foods, certain drinks, whatnot, right? If you actually eliminated the cleaning chemicals from your house, the neurotoxins from your house, and actually used natural cleaning stuff, your sense of smell would probably like magnify, right? So that's part of the reason why we've been steered away from them. Also, they've sort of created this negative connotation around psychic, right? They've made it into a psychic future, what is it? Like somebody who can predict the future or see the future in their crystal ball and all that bullshit. And I'm not saying that I needed a crystal ball to know that eventually the society that which we live in is not sustainable and there was going to have to be a give somewhere, and we're in the process of that now. And so, and you can call that clear knowing. I don't know. I was looking through the definitions last night and I was like, gosh, I could, you can look these up on the internet. You can look up the clairs, CLAIR, I believe it's ES. You can look it up on the internet and you can see the definitions of them and look through and see like what skills or what experiences someone might have with these senses. And there's like, there's just different ways of interpreting your environment, but we have been discouraged from that by, like I said, earbuds, chemical fragrances, chemicals in our food, right? Chemical things that we wear, like the perfumes and stuff we wear on our body, soaps and things like that. And so we've been discouraged from experimenting with our clairs or our psychic knowings. But when we actually work with our chakras, work with cleansing or detoxifying our body, our environment, then we are actually able to tune in with these senses. Also the silence and stillness, right? But we have like 24/7, entertainment at our fingertips basically. And so we've been sort of conditioned into having to have our mind fed with TV, radio, podcasts, social media, blah, 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 that's 24/7. And so my invitation here as we finish up, like I said, I'm going to finish this up at the end of August, but I really want to spend some time talking about this. I have more to say about these clairs, and I hope you stay tuned for tomorrow, because I'm going to talk about a couple other things associated with the clairs, or the clear knowings, however you would like to define them. But I do invite you, do some research today, and feel into, what do you feel like would resonate for you? What clairs do you feel like you may already possess, and whatnot? And I'll just add this one last thing on this video, but this is really important to me because I, as an astrologer, somebody who studies human beings and human bodies, and who is legally blind, it's been kind of a fun road to look at different people's charts who are legally blind or totally blind, and see what's in their charts to find. I've been kind of like searching for like a common thread, but what I have found is the intuitive placements of the moon, or intuitive placements or aspects of various planets that do point to enhanced capabilities from blind people. Now, what I'll say to that is, don't just assume that every blind person has the enhanced hearing, enhanced smelling, enhanced tasting. We have to practice it. And so there's that. But anyway, so it's just it's a fun little way to experiment with your system and learn how your system may actually be giving you all kinds of clues and cues to what works for your system, what's good for your environment. What do you already know about the world around you? So tomorrow I'll talk about a couple more things associated with these clairs, but that's kind of the basic overview that I have for today. This is day 28 of the Aquarius Experiment, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.